we do not need a new voters register, as consensus reached by the forum held at the College of Physicians and Surgeons on 26th of August. We invited representatives of all the political parties. Of course, MPP, for some good reasons, they were not able to show up. By the end of that forum, the consensus was very clear that Ghana does not need a new voters register. What Ghana needs is to maintain the credibility of the existing biometric voters register. And that is why it has become necessary for CODEC to organize a peaceful march to bring the information to the doorstep of the ordinary Ghanaian and let them know the discussions as pertains to the call for a new voter register.
You would agree with me that quite a number of people are saying that the voters register is flawed and therefore there is a need for us to, even if not have a new one, be audited.
But Codex says that if you have a problem with the voters register, as has been the case every 4 years when we change our voters register, there are methodologies that we employ to make sure it is clean or, as you said, audited. But the call for a new voter register only taking us a century back. We are now going to collate new names and then come and detect who have registered twice and then clean them. Now we can save ourselves some time, resources and energy by just going there and audit. Indeed, if you do find those people who have registered in multiple ways or multiple times. So the argument that because there are some problems with it, of course there will be problems. It's something managed by a human institution. There could always be problematic. But the idea that you need, therefore, to call for a new voter register is clearly tangential and untenable. We do believe that we do not need a new voters register, as consensus reached by the forum held at the College of Physicians and Surgeons on 26th of August. We invited representatives of all the political parties. Of course, MPP, for some good reasons, they were not able to show up.
At times, some of these distractions, unnecessary distractions, are important. They must happen for us to move forward. So maybe the party is looking at it from that angle. This is a problem if we don't address now. For all you know, we may end up addressing it some 2 or 3 months to the elections, and it will still be very visible. It will still be very clear in the minds of people that we are not ready for prime time. So maybe the party is saying that let's address it, let's give ourselves some 8 to 10 months and we can do a proper campaigning. But I think, as I've indicated, I think the MPP is certainly on top of this. There are some disagreements, misunderstandings here and there, but they should allow the party structures to work. If Mr. Afoko is going to appeal through the internal structures of the party, they should make sure that the process is done transparently, free and fair. They should give him proper hearing. If he's not still happy with the decision of the internal structures of the party and he wants to go to the court, even the party members, the party leadership should encourage him to do that. For all you know, within the internal structures of the party, they will sit down and they may end up settling their differences and they will say, oh, Mr. Afoko, come back and occupy your position. But as it stands now, things don't look good. But my belief is that because of the rule of law, let's allow the systems to work. Some are saying that the party has engaged in illegality and unconstitutional action. They should test the law within the party. If the internal structures believe that he should be reinstated, I think that should be able to settle everything. Some of us are not insiders in the party, but when we heard what distinguished person like this seek, Mr. Adom. This is an elderly man, about 90 years old, and we don't expect a Ghanaian of this stature as the chairman of the Council of Elders or so of a political party will come out in the open and say something and will lie to the public. I think in the Ghanaian sense, hardly would you find a man like that going out in public, going to lie. So if such a man has given the picture of what actually transpired, and they thought that under Mr. Afoko, the leadership and others thought like they were in prison, etc., then that should really send a message that no, maybe this is something that will not work. But for all you know, by bringing this to the public domain, the praises and the condemnation as a party, they will look at it and maybe they will say, oh, for the sake of peace, for the 2016 election, etc., let's find a way to bring Mr. Afoko on board and let's prosecute the agenda. Because the main agenda is how do you capture 2016. And as I said, it appears as if the Ghanaian economy is tanking. It's not doing well. So if we're a party in opposition, this really provides a recipe for you to tell the Ghanaian people what different thing are you going to do, what alternative solutions do you have to address their plight. So let's be very clear, the two parties we have, the MPP and the NDC, it doesn't matter the problems they go through, they are going to be okay. Because I think that there are some 45% on the either side, the MPP and those people are very loyal. So you only have some 10% of the people who have not decided who they are going to vote for. And these are some few middle class, upper class individuals who may be located in some of our major cities, etc. Many prefer to call them the floating voters or the swing voters. And at times to some of the young people who are yet to join the process, who are yet to vote for the first time, they are looking at this. People are going to assess. So don't say MPP is down because of this, or don't say NDC will go through a problem and they are going to down because of that. I don't think it's going to be at the advantage of the NDC, because if you are NDC, you must be asking yourself, am I really addressing the plight of the Ghanaian people? Well, the Ghanaian people are smarter than maybe we have been thinking all this while. Are you addressing their problem? People are talking about unemployment. People are talking about a collapse in national health insurance. Graduates are finishing school. There is no end in sight for them, etc. People have seen these challenges. The question is, are you addressing that? Well, that's why the election, it doesn't matter how you look at it, the election is going to be a referendum on the government. What have you been able to do in the last 3 or 4 years?
So Brafuni ni papa lawyer ni no Kesee here so mo to be ma pepereyo ba Asem e so MPP mu na panimu sa tell them the onye sure so betimi di intro na say politics dey fa panimu en intro di nka so di intro
but manyo
nka so di intro ba manyo sam dey fa panini ene dey wadi
okay
nka so di intro na na do wadi say
okay
ba ku watara wadi say na watara po How did you where this saying?
Okay.
Come na president for wa bem na where this saying. Professor Michael Kwe where this saying. Hack my the age saying.
Okay.
The politics there ya na age nation dan fa hon papa. Any intro die ne nukredi politics there. Any intro ne nukredi there ya na age nation dan fa hon papa. Especially say agenda bi na mo pursue a no fa ho sa.
Right.
Fa ho sa.
Kunkum bagia.
Eduada kunkum bagia. No watche. Na se apai. Duada. Kunkum bagia. No watche. Duada. Eduada no watche. Obi antemu ku ya de kunkum bagia. Kunkum bagia. No watche. Near the bro na ya woda wo se ne yire e de Tima Teresa. Happy birthday to you, EK. Ahia, where prior so good morning. Happy birthday, Nkoma. Say kindly wish me happy birthday. What the mark? Yeah, what when fee mark and there. I would happy birthday to you. Say and or say and happy birthday and fan Nkoma Neba Benedict Ewa Quason and there I would have from Mr. and Mrs. Quason. Happy birthday to you, Benedict Ewa Quason. If Mr. and Mrs. Quason ho ena wode baaye ale peba mi chia MC ya Onzima East Municipal MC ya Onzima East Municipal ale peba mi chia pa o student in Science Secondary School sana Kentampo former e be MC ya working Kentampo e o ra ba for Michael Bafo ono so wo gina sa omonto abama no ena afi Peter Kwache ono so wa mefi sada ena Hadia Bintu nti ankomo mu nyina da ena afi ye nipa no
Asem South
Kwabena no mafo onu sunti ankoba ne papa di motel
ye see hanem say pj mo anisa wala sai crowd but
maminti ai o se ni lo menti akwa iboni we die wa hwa no pe watu medru was good morning minti ani lo ma no cameraman was ni lo the beauty amevo and afi gazo wo mo apingosu all of apingusu ne say ye mu ba akoso engagement at the pen don't do was one PR Osama a light for penny. I worry now what you now what you no worry.
I don't know.
And you wish on worry, yes. I say, if you have 4 men, me and me, I guess, and free. Or me, I guess, this I don't want to coffee. Okay, now, worry. You wish a happy man.
As I cried, former Ashanti Regional Chairman Yamankwa Oba, Godfred Kofi Amankwa, and then what the saying? Godfred Kofi Amankwa.
Good day. And then Kofi Awoda. Yeah, Emma Muswa. So why she am Adam Colleague, Miss Ramo? Why? Mama said this and message. Yeah, Unshia Bebe na what you mean? Yeah, Pijamu and live na meko. And okay. Cramo precope. Remember FSM.
All right, for your market, so child. What changing?
Yeah, I lost to some Mrs. Sama. Why not Mrs. Sam? Catch us a Missy only if you ask them why. Catch us a Miss only if you ask them.
Was the other way? Is
the order that's here for the whole comment through. Is the order that's here for a Pedama would have a full is there any problem to say, yeah, or one I'm called
Alex Afenyo Markin, one of our finest parliamentarians.
And a lawyer. Shifawatosu was it? And look, man says he thank you that you want Omahini to buy the TV for him. Mr. Man, don't it?
Yeah, see.
That's what
I crowd or the Kesee, bro.